Hey everybody, Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelorette Recap, a Guy's Review. Will be airing June 1st, 2021, but until then, it is the off-season, baby, which means irrelevant stories from all across Bachelor Nation, and you know I am here to help you with that. Here's a photo of Clare Crawley laughing uncontrollably. You know what's so funny about them taking these shots is the noises women make. You know, I got my fiance. I'm an Instagram fiance. I have to take my lady's photos so other people can judge her online. I know how it works. But what's funny about taking this photo is the sound women make. Have you ever heard a lady taking this photo? She sounds like a dolphin. I know that sound, ladies. I'm on to you. If you agree with me, hit the like button, leave us subscribe. Please comment. We could use all of your support. Getting through the off season here, folks. We're digging for info. This story we have, and we do love Clare Crawley. She has been unfairly judged. I was a part of it early on, but I quickly realized the pendulum swung too far. It swung too far. Sure, she was scolding men. Of course, if you remember in her season of The Bachelorette, the guys didn't know if they should go up and talk to her. And she's like, if you guys don't want to talk to me, you can leave. And she kind of had this defensive ego thing. Look, we all do. The lights are on. The cameras are rolling. She thinks she's being made to be an idiot. And in that scenario, her limbic system flared, I'm assuming, and she had a fight or flight moment, and she just couldn't let it go. And we saw an anxious person. We saw her anxiety get the best of her. Aren't we all that person? Don't we all have those moments where instead of leading by love, we're leading by fear? Don't we wish that we could take a breath and overcome that without heightening our own reptilian reflexes? Look, it's just not always that easy. If you're ever in a heightened situation like that, she's worried if the guys are there for the right reasons. She doesn't know what's going on. Do I look good in this dress? The person in hair and makeup didn't do me right. You have no idea what's going through their mind, and it can be very complicated. Well, she sits down with Girl Powerful Project to have a very interesting conversation, and they talk very little about The Bachelor. But at the 39-minute mark, they talk about her stay as The Bachelorette. I'll read a few quotes, and then I'll play a few quotes, so stick around. Again, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It helps YouTube know that you're liking the content, and it'll show you more of what I'm doing. So she talks about her season 16 appearance on ABC. And as you guys know, she left after only several weeks where she fell in love with Dale Moss. He proposed. They broke up only a few months later. Once the show had aired, they had broken up. I think they broke up maybe a month after the episode aired, which means they were together for just several months. And then they got back together. It was big news. We saw them at Rosebud's Steak and Seafood in Florida. We've tracked them all across the country. They posted feet photos. It's been quite the journey, folks. Quite the journey. They look happy. They're tagging each other in photos. She's back to wearing the big old rock, the old Neal Lane piece of earth that she just wears right there. So life seems to be good for her, and it's kind of nice that they're not doing interviews and talking about their relationship. It's nice that they're keeping it private to an extent. But as we know, Tayshia Adams replaced Clare Crawley when she left with Dale Moss. Tayshia Adams ended up with Zach Clark. They've done a slew of interviews, podcasts, and appearances. Of course, Tayshia is now the new co-host of the season of The Bachelorette, airing June 1st, 2021. I will be here recapping and live streaming the shows afterwards for you guys, West Coast time. The question is, do the Bachelor producers not approve of Clare Crawley? And is that why she's not doing interviews? She has liked some tweets. They're not allowed to talk. They've got these NDAs. They can't disparage the show, at least right away. But she has liked a tweet that said that maybe she was edited wrong and maybe they forced her out and didn't show her in the right light. Well, while she hasn't addressed it specifically, she does talk about it a little bit here. So let's just jump right ahead to that. I was going to play something else, but let's go right to the 39-minute mark, and we'll play this interesting little snippet of what she was hoping to get out of The Bachelorette versus what actually happened. We haven't heard too much from Clare, so this is kind of interesting here. Let's cue it up and let's play this for you.
In a heartbeat love to do the podcast because I think there's so many, you see, especially on The Bachelorette, you see a glimpse of an edited television show. And a lot of girls, that was one thing that was propelled me to want to do The Bachelorette initially, was to be able to show the imperfections of who we are. Not in a negative way, but the imperfections just in general of who we are, and to be loved and to love ourselves regardless of that, and to set these standards for our heart regardless of that. I wanted to have the perfect fairy tale be imperfect human beings and still be loved because of that. So it didn't come out that way, and it wasn't edited that way, but That's okay. So thank you. Like, I will gladly come on your podcast.
So she wanted to show the imperfections, and it didn't come out that way. We did see some imperfections, but we also were very judgy. And I think it's going to be important as we move forward and as we reconcile as consumers, as we reconcile art, entertainment, we have to begin to take it with a grain of salt. I know you're not doing salt for Lent, whatever. We got to take it with a grain of salt. We have to understand that whatever curated thing they're showing us, it's not the whole of who someone is. I think for the most part, we've resolved that idea and understand that Clare is more complicated than that she does want good things, that sure, her relationships may be messy. Sure, they may look like, Gossip Girl episodes. Clare XOXO spotted on 34th Street with Dale Moss. Will they show their toes? Nobody knows. XOXO. Extra credit if anyone can find images of me in a Gossip Girl episode. It's out there, folks. Tasha too. Extra credit if you can do that. They're on the hunt. Anyway, folks, so we hated filming Gossip Girl. You know why? It would be like March in New York City, and they would be like, it's summertime. We need to film a summertime scene. They literally would have like blow dryers on the sidewalk trying to melt the snow, and we're out there in shorts being like, it doesn't feel like summer. I was like, is this, the end of Titanic or Gossip Girl? I digress. So Clare Crawley, I mean, look, she shared some gems here, and I wanted to share the gems with you guys. Just one more quick clip from the 8-minute mark about female empowerment. And I know, look, hey, listen, no one wants a guy mansplaining female empowerment. I'm just here respectfully as a audience member watching the good aspect of a platform. Sure, sell your tummy tuck tea. Do whatever you want. Your detox. By the way, I drank one of Tasha's detox teas. Let me tell you something. That was a weekend. Clear the schedule. You know what I'm talking about. So anyway, folks, skinny bitch right here, trying my best. Spring break's coming. So here's a clip of Clare sharing some wisdom.
We learned the hard way. Yeah. It's so the truth. And I can tell you, even as a young girl, I went through really hard things, and there's so many people who go through really hard things unfortunately at such a young age, traumatic things. I think we all have traumas in our life, whether it's small or large as children, that impact who we become as women and who we become as adults and teenagers. And for the longest time, I mean, you do the best how you know how as a child heart and as a child brain. You cope the best you know how to cope. And a lot of my coping mechanisms as a young girl was to bury things and smile and act like we're okay. But the truth of the matter is, as I got older and learned, even in my 20s, even more so in my 30s, even more so now, is that when you speak your truth and honor yourself, and regardless if your voice shakes, regardless if it's somebody else's truth or it aligns with what they want and what they say or what they think is best, when you're honoring yourself and speaking your truth, like, that's filling yourself up and giving.
The truth can hurt, folks, but you got to speak your truth. You got to be authentic to who you are, and we don't blame Clare at all for that. If anything, you just hope that people can realize, and again, this is for me and for you, realize what causes your limbic flares, your fight or flight response, what stresses you out, what are those stressful things, whether it's traffic or an audition or an interview or seeing your in-laws' parents, whatever it is, find a way to get yourself into a right mindset before entering that space. Find a way to control yourself, because in the end, you can never control your environment. You can only control the way you react to it. Now, by all means, if you don't like loud spaces, don't go to Fenway Park on opening day. Or, you know what I mean? Like, control what you can't control. But when you can't control the environment, find the zen within. And I think, obviously, when Clare is going on The Bachelorette, when all the lights are on and she's the star, the incredible amount of pressure that one might face, you don't know how they're going to react. Look at Matt James. He was put the weight of the world on his shoulders as the first black bachelor, and he was expected to be something that he was not, and he couldn't deliver. He couldn't, and again, we're not blaming him. He was put in a position where I don't think somebody could have succeeded. He was put in a position during a cultural civil war, and half the country was not going to like his decision regardless. And with Clare, she was just looking for love. Aren't they all? They're just looking for love. Sure, platforms and other influencer deals come along with it, but in the end, don't we just want to be happy? Speaking about happiness, something has made me very happy recently. Clare posted this, and I got to tell you guys, those that follow my Instagram, you guys are doing the Lord's work. I am getting 55 messages sharing Clare's toes with me. Now, I can tell you this with that, I'll take a lie detector. I'm not a toe guy. I don't like toes. I don't want it. My toes are disgusting. You don't want to go near, I'm a pitcher, right? You don't want to go near a pitcher's toe. If anyone's seen a pitcher's toe before, it ain't pretty. A lot of work and torque being done on those toenails. But anyhow, Tasha's toes, I want nothing to do with it. But there is something interesting about toes. There is a toe chart which shows you someone's personality based on the shape of their toes. I know what you're thinking. You're taking your sandals off, looking down at your toes right now. So the question is, based on the length of her toes, can we ascertain any information about Clare? Creepy feet guys, don't come at me. Just obsessed with my watermelon petty. I got to tell you, it's a nice petty right there. That's a really nice watermelon rind she's got going on there. Very nice work being done there. Question, is she wearing, are those her sandals or are those Dale's mandals? Those kind of look like a guy's, don't they? Although she fits them out well. So anyway, she's out there on the good concrete in New York City, probably staying with Dale. The question is, what's her toe type? Now, as we know, Dale has been posting nothing but toe pics. We found he has got a 45-degree angle, which is an Egyptian toe. I'm not claiming Dale's part of the Illuminati, but I'm asking questions. All right, folks, I'm just asking questions. Now, here's Clare. We got Clare's toe. As you know, Tasha, in my last video talking about toes, couldn't stand the talk. But, I mean, judging by this, I don't want to be the judge. You tell me. Are we looking at another Egyptian toe? Are they both Egyptian? We know it's actually, you know what? It's closer to Roman than I thought, but Roman, you would have a bigger pinky toe, and it's for sure not Greek. Greek, her toe would be up to here. It would be overlapping. Let me know about you crazy Greeks out there with that middle finger toe you got going on. The Germans are insane and the Celtics are just Irish step dancing. What the hell happened to the Celtic toe? You know what I mean? It looks like a Verizon, can you hear me now type of thing. Is this a cell tower toe? What's happening right there? But anyway, I digress with that. There's Clare's toe. As we know, I go to Cosmo for all the good news. Egyptian toe type. That's what Clare's got. A pretty common foot type, the Egyptian toe, distinguished by a long, big toe followed by the other toes tapering at a 45-degree angle. The entire foot is at an incline and usually longer and narrower than other shapes. People who have feet like this have a royal air about them. Royal Clare, Queen Clare, and love extra pampering. Well, I mean, I think the photo speaks for itself. I think she loves extra pampering. You don't just get watermelon, you don't get barbecue supplies on your toenails unless you like extra pampering right there. So that's what she likes. And then they say, let's back to the Egyptian toe. They love extra pampering. They have an eye for aesthetics. Well, she's a hairstylist and are generally very friendly people, being the best fit to deal with difficult personalities. Now, as we know, Dale is got the Egyptian toe, so he's dealing with Clare's difficult personality for sure. So, people have asked me what my toe type is. I don't even know what my toe. I think I'm Egyptian as well. Yeah, I'm Egyptian if you believe it or not. So, difficult personality here. Well, if you want to pamper my difficult personality, I'd love it if you hit the like button and subscribe to this video. I would appreciate that very much. If you want to check out some other content, this Thursday's live stream from yesterday was so much fun. We actually developed a Dream Bachelor in Paradise cast. We, for about 85 minutes, I took phone calls, voicemails, comments, and we put together what we think would be a Dream Bachelor in Paradise cast. Now, as you can see here, we've got Rudy and Ryan Neal as our Bachelor in Paradise house band, which I think is a fantastic idea. And we got Mari, Demi, Natasha, Serena. I've got Becca Kufrin. Some say she won't show up, but I got Becca Kufrin there. And of course, my boy Jason Foster. Kenny, after a long battle, we went with Kenny. JPJ made the list, very close. Of course, Riley. Dr. Joe might be the lead there, and then Bennett. I think Noah's on the list. There he is somewhere. Blake Horstman, can we get Blake back on there to redeem himself? Get the condoms ready, and let me know what you guys think. Stagecoach. Let me know what you guys think. You can watch that video. It's in my playlist. And, of course, my vlog went live. Can you believe that? 548 people subscribed overnight and 1,200 views. Los Angeles apartment hunting, 3,000 will get you in 2021? Not too much. We checked out 3 houses, looking at a new apartment. We are designing the Bachelor Pad, my recap empire, and I appreciate all the support for that. And so many nice comments. You guys really loved it, so I appreciate that. If anyone wants extra credit, I've got a Patreon. It's a private membership community. It's where you can go donate $5, $8, $12, or $50 a month. If you guys have it and you want to send it, I'm all about abundance. So if you guys want, I've got a new podcast episode up called Comedians Discussing Weird News. It's me and my buddy Jonesy talking about the weird news stories of the month. Plus, I've got an episode on how to be likable talking about actually Peter Weber and how introverts sometimes have a hard time coming off likable because you need to be warmth. You need to show warmth and competence, and he has a hard time showing warmth. We used him as an example because some said, I met him in person. He's kind of an a-hole. And you go, well, hold on a second. It's kind of like, are they an a-hole or do they just not want to talk to you? Then I've got a post-Bachelor Season 25 update on there. Again, these all come with the membership, so you can sign up. It's a monthly membership. You can sign up and delete it anytime you want. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks to all the new subscribers. You guys have been fantastic. And, of course, check out those toes and get a watermelon pedicure. You guys, I do appreciate everyone's support, and leave a comment, help the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate you, and we will see you next time. 7 more weeks till Katie Thurston takes the stage. Bye, everybody.